Hey y'all, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a most excellent day today. So you may remember in my last video we looked at the troubling subject of a bomb threat that was issued to a Moscow Furmeet. And I have to say, the response I got to that video was absolutely astounding. And that video went absolutely wild, racking up well over 200 comments from furries in Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and every other bloody country you can think of. And it came as no surprise, of course, that the far right reared its ugly head and started spewing some rather gnarly comments amongst all the good stuff that I got. So it did take me a couple of hours on the first few days to actually delete all these rather heinous comments. I mean, I was looking at them and the vast majority came from non-furry accounts, so it's clear that the far right themselves were sharing it amongst non-furry communities, and a good majority of it was just like repeated posts, like this one dickhead fondant. He repeated the same thing about 30 or 40 times, so that was pretty easy to pick up and delete. But he was here like hailing ISIS and hailing the Holocaust. I mean, what the hell, dude? I mean, like, ISIS is one thing, but the Holocaust, that's like some grievous thing to be praising up, dude. Millions of people died, and you're here on fucking furry YouTube of all places praising it. Like, dude. And that fondant dickhead wasn't the only one either. I deleted like messages from like 2 or 3 people hailing the Holocaust. It's just gnarly, dude. And one thing I should mention while we're looking at these comments is that the Russian furries themselves, they saw these comments being dropped on my post and they were aghast. They were actually quite upset over on one of Eric's community posts that all these arseholes had come out the woodwork and were hitting my video, and I got more than a few apologies. So you know, I understand it wasn't the Russian furry fandom doing this. This was completely separate, third-party far-right wankers. So I don't hold this against the Russian furry fandom, dudes. There's no hard feelings. Trust me. You had no control of what these dickheads did. And then there were a few that just didn't really make any sense to me. I'm like, I don't get the Marsic reference you're seeing here. I mean, if anyone watching this video can fill me in on what this means, I would appreciate it, because I have no clue what it means. And then we got this one, praising the Slavic family, and I don't get the context here, so I'm not sure what side of things this comment is coming from. So drop in the comments below if you guys want to enlighten me, dudes. But then we come to this one, and I know where this one's going, because I've heard this word before, and I googled it, and Rulemsliv is like some sort of far right group. So them praising that, I understand what they're saying, so I know I can just like straight up delete these comments. But this is where it gets a little bit wild, because it has something to do with wheels, and Google Translate got a little bit loose on this one, because it referred to it as the steering wheel. I mean, sure fellas, give that steering wheel some love. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who really love their steering wheels. But fear not, Google Translate wasn't done there, because later on it started translating it as the steering drain. I mean, they're not wrong. The far right are a bunch of drain-dwelling turnips, so, you know, they're not wrong there. But wait, there's more, and this one generally had me rolling, because my good buddy Drake read this one out to me while we were driving home from work the other day. And I'm not joking, I think I almost crashed the car. I was laughing so hard, because it translated as the steering plum. I mean, what the fuck, Google? I mean, what the actual fuck? It's not like the actual word has changed at all in any of these translations, so where are you getting steering plum from, Google? I mean, now whenever I see plums, I mean, I was shopping for plums the other day, whenever I see plums, I'm thinking of far-right Russian extremists with, you know, silly purple heads now. This has ruined plums for me forever. Just so you know, Russian far-right nutters, you've ruined plums for me. Thank you very much. Now, I did get some comments from Russian furries saying they got some of the details wrong about the Moscow Furmeet. So, you know, I'm going to put a few corrections in now, because obviously I got something wrong. The first one is that I incorrectly said that Matthew was the leader of the Moscow Furmeet. I was wrong about that. A dude named Creech is actually in charge. Matthew was just part of the team that helped, you know, handle the fursuiters and all that kind of stuff and dealt with things. And then it seems that there's multiple groups of furries in Moscow, and not all of them come under the Moscow Association of Furries. There is a separate group that are completely separate called Unity Paws. I find it kind of ironic that the Unity Paws are separate from the Moscow Association of Furries, but there we go. Multiple groups in Moscow. My apologies for that one too. But all that gnarliness and corrections aside, I did get some absolutely outstanding messages from numerous Russian furries showing love and support for my video, my channel, and everyone involved. So shout out to all you dudes. The sheer number of positive messages I received was overwhelming. It was heartwarming, dudes. I mean, it's like seeing all these Russian furries coming up and, you know, showing their support and condemning everything that's going on in the world right now, especially with the whole Ukraine thing. I mean, it's clear that the vast majority of Russian furries are against the invasion of Ukraine. So it was really good to see so many furries coming together like that. And more than a few expressed their thanks to me for, you know, making a video that, you know, was positive and supportive of the Russian furries, and that's, I think, something we have to remember in these trying times. Now, Putin is a fucking psycho, I'll say that straight up, and the Russian military are engaged in a most heinous act when they invaded Ukraine. But the Russian furry fandom itself aren't the ones invading another country. They're you know, the vast majority of them are against the invasion. I mean, Russian fursuiters have been seen out on the streets in Moscow handing out anti-war leaflets. Now, in the current climate, that is dangerous stuff. I mean, we all know that, you know, the Russian, the FSB, they could just pick them up off the street and you never see them again. So to be taking that kind of risk, shout out to the Russian furries who are doing that, dudes. You know, the vast majority of Russian furries are against the war. We need to remember that in the way that we treat Russian furries. I know there's been a lot of backlash over the Ukraine war against Russian furries, and in my opinion, that's a bit unwarranted, because these dudes, they already know that the war is wrong. We don't need to convince these guys. We don't need to mistreat them because of that. We need to support these dudes so they can somehow bring change in their country. And, you know, somehow get Putin out of power if they could. And once that's done, maybe, just hopefully, Russia will back the fuck out of Ukraine. But we shouldn't just abandon a whole ass part of our fandom just because their dumbass government fell out the stupid tree and hit every branch on the way down. You know, the world has been torn apart by that wanker Putin. We can't be letting that happen to our fandom too. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, all that good YouTuber stuff. Also, consider joining my Patreon if you want to support me making most excellent videos like these. And I am going to post a link to my Discord. Now, following the previous video, I did get hit by a couple of gnarly people on Discord dropping some really heinous comments. So, you know, I'm not going to do anything at the moment, but if that happens again though, I will be implementing some sort of user verification system. So I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just have people come in and chill straight up. But if I get hit with haters again on the Discord, I gotta protect my dudes, dude. So, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. So again, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a most excellent day, an amazing week, an absolutely stunning year, and I will see you guys in the next video, okay? Take care, ta-ra.